Bipolar disorder is like you feel just like yourself, and then you'll start to notice things that are different. You're talking a little bit faster, seeking out things for excitement, self-medicating with alcohol or gambling. It becomes kind of a euphoric experience, and you don't really realize that you could be doing a lot of destruction in the process, and everything comes crashing down on you. Everybody deserves a place to safely talk about what they're going through. This whole time, I thought I was the only one going through all of these experiences. I didn't realize that there's so many people out there going through the same thing.
She's such an amazing person. She's very positive and bubbly and kind-hearted.
I think Samantha's a really great leader. I mean, really strong and fair, and
Samantha's like very dedicated. She will always try to help someone and to see more positively and to come out of it.
And she just works tirelessly. I don't know how she, well, actually I do know how she works tirelessly. If I think about it. But yeah, like, she's awesome.
I think that I'm better reading than talking, so. Okay. Can I read it one more time? Yeah. Having bipolar is like not having control of your life. You can manage it and still live a fulfilling life, but there are surprises and struggles to stay stable. You could be doing great and then find yourself in a depression or climbing into mania. You could be on the right medication, but the effectiveness could change over time and you suddenly need to make adjustments. You could get a new job or experience a life event like having a baby or dealing with a death, and finding yourself plunging into an episode without any control over it. You have to monitor your sleep, as getting too little or too much could trigger an episode. And you have to make life changes, limiting social contact, quitting drinking, and being very careful with every aspect of your life. When I was diagnosed, the psychiatrist said, "Have you ever heard of bipolar disorder?" I said, "Yes," but I was thinking of people who are happy one moment and then sad the next. Someone whose emotions change in a split second. But it's more like seasons. You have a season of high energy and a season of low energy. It's not just your emotions, it's also about your ability to function. It's not as simple as the stereotypes make it sound. In fact, I think most of us would say that we've traveled to rock bottom and cloud 9. Okay, hi guys. So, did you guys actually get to page 123?
Not even close.
No. So, I wanted to ask if your experience in mania was something, if there was a point that you remember and you'll never forget.
During the euphorias, I definitely miss feeling music, actually having that emotional connection to music that I don't necessarily get when I'm medicated.
Yeah, no, music is definitely something that I felt a lot more when I was manic. I would put on headphones and just dance around the house. There's one song called Space Boss that probably sounds really weird to anyone who's not manic, but that was my jam. That's what I listened to. So I completely understand how the music would be something you'd remember. I also remember being manic and just being in the backyard and the sun was shining and I just put out my hands and spun in a circle. It was so amazing. I was just taking in the beauty of the world, and that's something that I'll never forget. I feel like not everybody gets to experience that, so that's something that will stick with me forever.
For me, what would always, I guess, trigger one of those euphoric moments would be on the road, a road trip, music on, the sunset hitting me, and just when all of those things align, it's almost guaranteed that I'll get that flow of euphoria.
Definitely. No, I completely relate. My posts in the group have to do with what inspires me that day. Sometimes it's just an idea that comes to mind that I want to put in action. I come up with ideas for fundraisers or topics to discuss and post them. Then I watch as people actually interact and have discussion based on what I've shared. The community definitely thrives because of the kindness and empathy of the members. It's a place for people to feel less alone and get the support they don't get in other places, such as in their families and in the healthcare system.
And what Samantha created, it's amazing how she started it and just what it's grown into.
You get the diagnosis and it just seems like everything comes crashing down.
I remember it was extremely scary. Kind of did a little search on Facebook and Beautiful Purpose popped up and I joined it and immediately just fell in love.
Samantha she'll comment on every post and try to be helpful. She puts so much effort. She's so dedicated to it.
I love reading other people's problems and then seeing that there's 17 people to comment on it and provide that person with support.
It's overwhelmingly positive, and that has been such a huge benefit to me in my journey.
I think the main things it stands for are that you are not alone. People, even if they're strangers, really care about you and understand you, and you can do this. The group really does so much for me. It's my passion project and something that inspires me to help others and be the best version of myself possible. I don't make any money from it. I do it because I feel compelled to. The heartfelt thank yous I get from people are so meaningful to me, and just knowing I'm helping people and that they're helping each other is what makes me look forward to each new day. I really do love my life. I've been through the lowest of lows and the highest of highs. I feel like I've lived many lives because of how different the chapters of my life have been. I think I've really learned from all this. The fact that I've done something from what I've learned fills me with so much fulfillment and happiness. I've said a lot of good things about how bipolar made me who I am, but don't get it confused as an advantage. It's not an advantage. It's painful. It's full of suffering. It's darkness that nobody should have to endure. And we're lost. We have been let down by family, friends, and the mental health care system that doesn't understand us. When she started medication, her family expected her to appreciate being normal, but she really had a hard time adjusting to normal because she'd been flying high for so long, and it felt unexciting to be like everybody else. I think that's probably something a lot of us could relate to, is all of a sudden being expected to be normal.
I just have to laugh at that because, what is normal?
It's hard, I think, when people expect you to be normal. And for me, I was used to having so much energy and being able to get so much done, even though it wasn't the healthiest thing. And so that expectation to be normal and happy, normal doesn't equate to happiness.
It feels like...
Would my life be different without beautiful purpose? Yeah, it would.
It's as if they're present throughout the day with me.
Everybody's there to help you.
It's a great online community for people like us. It really is.
I have a whole new positivity about it. We need to step into it to get rid of the stigma and just be like, yo, this is a way people are in the world.
I just don't feel alone. We have suicidal ideation with bipolar, so life-changing. It can save your life, honestly.
Okay, I think that's everything. Is it because it sounds like I'm reading?